It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next.
I'm trying to wallow in the hope of what can be, not what's been taken away. Finally on the side today, where it will never be the same, where everything has changed. Pride is feeling hasn't gone away. I'm filled with words and nothing to say. Sad that you left life this way, but now there is no choice but for us all to look to another day.
Hello and welcome to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Damon Bruce, and what a day it should be. One of the league's great traditions, it's the NBA All-Star Game. Here to call the action, Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll be back with more at halftime.
Catch me in my Mercedes, with a nice ice, baby, screaming shady till I die. I gotta have a paradise, life's crazy, so I live it till the fullest, so I'm crazy, and you only live it once, so I'm thinking about this night.
Welcome, fans, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with our analyst Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. So happy you've joined us. So with Ginobili sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Kobe is out there with Chris Paul. And it's Durant. Then it's Anthony. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. And for the East, D-Wade out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's LeBron James. Then there's Howard. And it's Stoudemire in at the power forward position. The East take the tip off and will set up the offense. LeBron kicks to Howard. Gasol covering. They set the pick. Off the screen. And Howard slams it home.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
That was a nice replay brought to you by the Sprite Slam Cam. For 3, Kobe. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Kobe's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's LeBron. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
Coach joked about how he planned for this game. He said that he took a look at the roster of the other conference and realized that there is no way to plan for all the talent and superstars on the other side of the ball, saying, if I had to actually try and stop them from scoring, I might lose my mind. We don't want to see that, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Passes it to Durant. Working on Stoudemire. Outside Gasol. Baseline try. Connects. The jumper drops.
See the way he attacked the smaller defender there?
That's what I call know-how. He knows how to use his size.
Rose kicks to Howard. Gasol covering. Howard dishes to LeBron. 4 on the clock. The leader falls for it. That was a difficult shot. LeBron's now got his first points of the game. Rose against Kobe. Gasol. Ball outside. It's stolen by Wade.
Excellent anticipation. As soon as that pass was in the air, he was on the move and picked it up.
And finished off by LeBron.
You give him an opening like that one, he'll take advantage. Great looking transition that time, guys.
And the West All-Stars with possession. It's a 3-point game. Anthony, the pass to Paul. There's the dish to Durant. Over Rose. Here's Kobe. Goes back up. And that one's good. Kobe's got 5 now.
You know, for a guy like him who can light it up like that, that's too easy.
Rose against Toby. Here's Stoudemire. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Stoudemire's got his second bucket. He dishes it to Kobe. No good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Rose kicks to Wade. From 11 feet away. Here's Stoudemire. Stoudemire left side. Stoudemire missing again.
Not a bad look, though. You like his chances to make that one.
You sure do, but he can't hit them all.
The East All-Stars on offense. 3-point lead. Puts up the baby hook. Held that one. 6 points for LeBron.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
Wade against Paul. Back to Durant. Over Stoudemire. And it's Durant missing. And here we go with Derrick Rose. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And here they come. Inside. Deflects the pass. Anthony kicks to Durant. He feeds it to Kobe. Over Wade. And there's Kobe. That's good on the assist by Durant. Durant's got his... Third assist on the night. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by LeBron.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Paul. Back to Durant. Pass to Paul. Wade picks him up. Kobe is covered by Rose. 5 on the clock. Backing down is Bryant. And there's the shot clock. couldn't get the shot off in time. Chris Bosh is checked in for the East. Mondo comes in for Derrick Rose. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. And Russell Westbrook has subbed in for Kobe. Anthony gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Here's LeBron. He's got 6. Right up. Wade misses.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. East All-Stars lead by 5.
And I like what they've done offensively, really attacking the rim, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And guys, they've been the aggressor early. I mean, attacking the hoop and getting into the paint, that can make the game really easy for you.
And it's more NBA action coming your way here on 2K Sports. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Here's Ginobili. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the West All-Stars, we've got Russell Westbrook. Now Gasol is out there with Griffin. Then there's Darren Williams. And it's Ginobili in at the small forward. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, plenty of respect between LeBron James and Chris Paul. They won a gold medal together in Turkey. They're good friends. Chris said, LeBron is probably the best athlete I've ever seen. The best in the game right now. There's nothing really he can't do with his speed and quickness. I can't even begin to tell you how strong he is. But the way he understands the game is just as impressive. He sees the floor and is constantly trying to set people up. That's a mark of greatness. Being a point guard, understanding of his game because he plays a point guard type role. To be that size with that kind of game is just amazing to me. Sums it up nicely, guys.
You bet. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, LeBron's passing is really what makes him so captivating as a player. That's his first instinct, is to set his teammates up.
Now Wade, after the missed 3 from Darren Williams. Rondo kicks to Wade. Westbrook picks him up. Gets a look. And the basket by Wade.
He has such a calm demeanor, but he locks in, takes his time, and finishes.
It's been several possessions since they've converted.
Well, they've got to find a way to change that.
Stolen by Bosh. East All-Stars on offense. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Just cruising out there offensively. This team really playing well.
Well, Steve, it's pretty comfortable when you can be up double digits in the middle of the game. That's a good place to be.
Here's Wade. Westbrook picks him up. Pierce against Ginobili. The 10-footer. And again, Paul Pierce. Pierce has got 9.
This is not what they wanted to let happen. They're just getting pounded inside.
Yeah, they are, Steven. I mean, they're just not making life difficult at all for scores in the paint. I mean, that's an area that you've got to protect with force and aggressiveness, and we haven't seen it.
Griffin grabs the board. Here's West now. They trail by 16. Shoots from the elbow. Westbrook is whistled for the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game.
He was climbing all over the defender on that one, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, a pretty easy over-the-back call right there, partner.
Ray Allen, he's checked in for the East. And West also making a switch. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Rondo dishes to Pierce. Picked up by Ginobili. And Pierce backs in. Money shot. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Pierce. Horford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball.
The East control the tip-off and will get this one started. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And the West All-Stars, looking at who they've got. You've got Durant. Kobe is out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Outside Rose, guarded now by Durant. Here's LeBron. Gets an open look and hits. LeBron's now got the first basket of the game for the East All-Stars. Here's Kobe. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
We talked about what it means for him to be at the helm of the All-Star side, and he said, really, it is a testament to my team. They've played great, and this is just a side effect of them having a great start to the season. They deserve all the credit. Love it, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Rose, good.
Good things happen when he's working like that, fellas.
Here is Paul. Howard with the steal. LeBron against Gasol. LeBron kicks to Rose. Chris Paul covering. And they get in the way. Looked like the alley-oop attempt that time.
Now, part of the reason they are where they are is that they have taken care of the ball for the most part.
Tipped. LeBron kicks to Howard. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one's on Anthony.
I'm amazed he still was able to get that shot to go despite the contact.
Boy, Steve, I love the body control that you saw there. I mean, able to follow through as he was being hit.
Free throw good, Howard. Here's Paul. About 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Gasol. And just miss after miss right now.
That's not his shot at all. Way too far beyond his range.
Gathers. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially.
take the tip off and will set up the offense. So with Westbrook on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. We've got Anthony. Durant is out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's Kobe. And it's Paul in at the shooting guard position. The shot's good from Stoudemire.
Well, no defense there. I mean, he just takes the ball right to the rim.
Paul kicks to Durant. Over Stoudemire. Excellent D there from Stoudemire. Here is Rose. Gasol covering. T-Wade on the wing. Defended by Paul. Gets it to go. Wade's got his first points of the game.
You know, to have somebody as dependable as he is on the offensive end, that's extremely invaluable to this team.
Bryant. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Here's LeBron. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Now, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. Talking to Coach, he said that this is one of the few times he's not had to worry about defense heading into a game. Coach said, it's nice knowing that the more scoring there is, the better it is for the game. And the better it is for us, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. From 20 feet out, Rose can't hit. Gasol with it. Kobe, that's for two. Kobe can't get that one to fall. Quick start here for the East All-Stars in this one. 4-point game. Rose dishes to Howard. Stoudemire backing him down. 8 feet out. That's good. Stoudemire's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's just too easy. He is so skilled inside.
West All-Stars still look like they're getting going. For three, Kobe. Kobe can't get that one to fall. Here's LeBron. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade.
That's what he does. Attack the heart of the defense and get straight to the rim.
Open look. Paul's shot is off.
Boy, he had a good look there.
Oh, and the jam by Wade. What a play. Here's a second look with the spike slam king. Here's Kobe. 10 points separating the teams. Gasol backing down. He buries it.
Kevin, great finish on the low block. I love it.
Here's Rose. Here are the East All-Stars. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away.
It's been really impressive at both ends of the floor so far early on.
Yeah, and it's for that reason that they've been able to jump out ahead early here.
Pass to Durant. Ball outside. Wade gets a hand on it. And here's the East. Here's LeBron. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Wow, hot start offensively.
Racing out to that quick lead. I mean, they're scoring and shooting with a lot of confidence.
Here's Kobe. 1:37 left in the first quarter. Over Rose. A huge bounce off the rim before it falls. 1:24 left to play in the first quarter. Anthony against Howard. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
No good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Now the East All-Stars with it. They're on an 18-6 run. Back to Rose. Stoudemire with a screen on Gasol. And here's LeBron outside. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Good field goal percentage shooting to this point. They're really knocking down their shots.
Yeah, a hot start offensively has them in full control here. They're in the driver's seat, no doubt.
The three from Anthony. That's good.
And they answer right back with that three.
It's a good old shootout. The fans are enjoying this show.
Here's Wade. Goes up. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. Chris Paul picks up that one.
That was good awareness. Fouling and avoiding giving up an easy dunk.
I think that's just good, smart basketball. Make him earn his points at the line.
Chris Bosh is checked in for the East. Mondo comes in for Derrick Rose. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the West. Westbrook comes in for Kobe. Both free throws good from Wade. Here's Ginobili. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first. Lifts up, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Ginobili. Westbrook's got his first points in this one. Westbrook gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Second to and he knocks down the first one. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Ginobili. Left side Durant. Over Bosh. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Ginobili.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. East All-Stars up on... Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Here's Ginobili. So with Gasol on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. They've got Ginobili. Durant is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Griffin, and it's Westbrook in at point guard. He goes up. And it's going to be two free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there. Sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
Second free throw, no good. Here comes Paul Pierce. Tipped away. Durant against Rondo. Right block shot. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Westbrook. Durant's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the West All-Stars. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Manu Ginobili maybe doesn't have the national profile commensurate with his talents, but he's certainly respected league-wide. Fellow shooting guard J.R. Smith said he's done such a great job off the bench for years and years. He showed you can be a star player coming off the bench. Guy's certainly a good role model for J.R., who has come off the bench for the Nuggets.
Good point, Doris. Thanks. Bosh, defended by Durant.
Turned it over there, but they built this lead by making the most of their possessions and keeping their turnovers really low.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. First at the line of the Paul Pierce. falls for it. And the East making a change here. Horford's checked in. And West also making a switch. Anthony's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Ginobili. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Over Rondo. Westbrook, no good. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
You know, definitely that's the case. I mean, there hasn't been much resistance at all.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
So here's Westbrook. From the top of the key, another miss by Westbrook. East with the ball. It's a 16-point game. Allen kicks to Rondo. Here's for three. Skid is good. The assist from Rondo. Pierce has got 5. Rondo against Westbrook. To the middle. To halt the run. He lays it in with a soft touch. And here's Rondo. He's covered by Westbrook. Rondo kicks to Pierce. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Bosch misses.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Pierce gets the whistle for blocking. That is his first foul of the game.
That's the right call there. He tried to take the charge, but did not have position.
No, he didn't, Steve. He was out of position and a clear block.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Hall's checked in. So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. Checked in for Chris Paul. Here's Nowitzki looking for his first bucket of the game. Durant against Allen. Here's Nowitzki. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Then the official right on top of that one.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. He didn't hesitate to make that call. And now he'll get his chance at the line.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
They're not going away. And they've been aggressive drawing contact.
Free throws are always a good way to get back into it, too. The clock isn't running. They can cut into that lead. They get their defense set up as well.
Deflected. And Bosch picks him up defensively. Goes straight up. No good from Durant.
Shot seems to be a little awry today, just off a fraction. They've got to have him pick it up, though, and soon.
Allen inside the three-point line. Gets to the corner and buries it. Here's Westbrook. 1:39 left here in the second. And here they come. By himself. And Chris Bosh with the slam.
As soon as they made that steal, they was off and running.
Yep, and they acted on it, partner. That's an easy 2 points off the Pilfer.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, and you know also, Steve, it'll be interesting to see if they get that focus back.
Here's Pierce. Outside Rondo. It's Allen on the wing. Defended by Nowitzki. Again, Allen missing.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
Well, true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry. Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter.
Rondo on top. He's covered by Ginobili. Pierce for 3. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
He dishes it to Rondo. Here's the three. Ginobili grabs the board.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
East with the ball. This run now up to 13-2. Pierce. It's rebounded by the West. Ginobili's got his fourth rebound in this one. Up with it. The shot is off. Bosch with some nice D. With one on the clock. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. East All-Stars ahead, running away with it.
A fine evening in the NBA. Welcome to the HP Halftime Report. East All-Stars up on top against the West All-Stars. They made a point of working the ball around. Great offensive teamwork. An impressive first half for LeBron. He's got 9 points and has been efficient in getting those points. Look at the shooting percentage. And no quit in the West All-Stars. They came to win. They played gritty D and have been hauling in the defensive rebounds. Kevin Durant has stood out in the early going. He's chipped in 4 points and has picked up a few steals, rounding out his box score. And that'll wrap it up here. Now, back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Here is Paul. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. So with Rondo on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. LeBron James is out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Howard. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Rose in at the point.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
High post try. Poked loose. Shoots from the elbow. The shot is off. And the West All-Stars the other way now. Down low. LeBron outside. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant. The first one falls. And both free throws good for LeBron. Here comes Durant. Back the ball. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Wade.
Well, now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnover.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over. You lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
Even numbers, 4 on 4. From deep LeBron. Yes, and explodes with the assist that time. 14 points for LeBron. Timeout call here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
New players in now for the East. Here's Paul, looking for his first bucket of the game. Horford against Gasol. Outside Anthony. Here, and the jam by Kobe Bryant.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. Can never see too many of those.
First free throw is good. so he gets them both. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. From 11 feet away. And good on the basket. Booking. 6 points for Kevin Durant.
And they got exactly what they wanted right there. Really high percentage look.
Here's Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in.
This team just looking to run at every opportunity.
Circles around them is what they're doing. I mean, pushing the tempo and really enjoying an advantage there.
And here comes the break. Here's Garnett. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart too, Steve. They've just been very, very good. Well, you've got to like the focus that they're showing here in the second half. I see a lot more effort as well. I mean, it's amazing when you lock in mentally and bring some energy and intensity, things can pick up in a positive way for you.
It's blocked. Al Paul. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Al Pierce defending. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Good game for Kobe. He has 12 points and 1 assist.
And Kobe no good on that one. They have been really controlling this one.
Well, now's not the time to get complacent, though, Kevin. You've got to continue to put your foot on the gas pedal.
And here is Gasol from 11 feet away. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Gasol. 8 points for Kevin Durant. Johnson against Kobe. Bryant is whistled for reaching in. That'll be his second foul of the game. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the West. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter. Pierce kicks to Horford. Six on the shot clock. For three, Pierce. Again, Pierce missing.
He's usually a great three-ball shooter, but the defense disrupted him. Excellent work. He really got there to force that miss.
Totally agree. He really influenced that release, didn't he?
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Johnson outside. Griffin gets called for the reach. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Here's Paul, looking for his first bucket of the game. Passes to Gasol. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Then you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
Horford. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. That one's on Anthony. That's good from Horford. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And it's the West All-Stars ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Here's Griffin. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third. Kobe against Johnson. Now Anthony defending from 11 feet away. And Garnett misses. Clark, it would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
You know, the chances, Kevin, of that happening are extremely slim.
Now Johnson shoots the three. Count the bucket. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. Now here's Griffin. And the West with the change here. Here's Johnson. He has 6. Stolen by Ginobili. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. What can you say, LeBron? And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has a report for our Spike Spark of the game. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. It's the East All-Stars with the Spark Award for the stretch they put together. It was lockdown defense in the second quarter that allowed them to build this lead they now enjoy. Another quarter with that kind of defensive intensity will be more than enough to close this game out, Kevin.
Terrific stuff, Doris. Thank you. That was quite a run they had, Clark.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin, scoring bursts like that often tell the story, really. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And that's been the case today. I mean, that's what you have to point to, I think, is the defining moment in this ballgame.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the West All-Stars, Ginobili out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Nowitzki. Then it's Anthony. And it's Griffin in at the 5 down low. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Well, let's just hope it's a bump or a bruise and that he's back out on the floor soon.
You know, Steve, just one of those things. It does happen in the course of battle. We'll see.
The East making a switch. Moses checked in. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job of extending their lead, Kevin.
The shot. Johnson can't hit. Here's West now. Ginobili kicks to Anthony. Now Pierce defending. Takes it right up. It falls.
It's been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Takes the 3, and that is good.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores.
And that one's good.
You know, he's not going to make a mistake when he gets in tight. That's a good hoop there.
A moment for the Gatorade injury report. Now let's get an update on Blake Griffin's injury. And Doris, what do you have?
Guys, the head athletic trainer for the West All-Stars was able to update me on the situation. I'm told he suffered a high ankle sprain, and unfortunately, we know how serious those can be. His return tonight is out of the question. He could be looking at a long rehab process, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I don't know, though. I mean, one way or another, it seems to me as though it's going to be a long time before we see him back in uniform.
Yeah, such a shame, guys. You always hate to hear of any player getting injured, and this does not sound good.
Here's Westbrook. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists tonight. Rose passes to Bosch. Pierce for 3. Second chance shot. In deep. Bosch drops it in.
Boy, I like the rugged work on the inside that led to that very easy putback. That's going after it there, guys.
Nowitzki outside. And Bosch picks him up defensively. And the shot is good.
Carving him up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
For 3, Pierce. Again, Pierce missing.
This just has not been his day so far.
Ginobili kicks to Anthony. Here's Westbrook. The shot's off to the right, but it bounces in.
He's gotten himself involved in just about every aspect of this game.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic all-around performance, guys.
Pierce against Anthony. Ginobili against Johnson. Cannot hit. Some solid D from Nowitzki. He kicks to Melo. Now Pierce defending. And there's the pass to Gasol. Left side, Westbrook. Gasol dishes to Westbrook. Anthony against Pierce. Tries again. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Anthony.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
Rose passes to Bosch. Picked up by Nowitzki. Outside Bosch. The feed to Johnson. Westbrook is tagged with the reach. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams making some changes here. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Wade outside. Now Anthony defending. Wade gets the bucket.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. So it's time to start thinking about the next game now.
Takes it up. Here's Westbrook. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Wade against Williams. Wade outside.
Sports. We're glad to have you with us for NBA basketball. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It's going to be Pau Gasol and the LA Lakers up against the New Jersey.
It's the NBA live on 2K Sports on this Tuesday afternoon. Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will join us moments from now. And it's time to check the starting five, brought to you by State Farm. First for the Lakers, Kobe is out there with Derek Fisher. And they've got Andrew Bynum, the big man, all in the middle. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. Then there's our test, and it's Gasol at the power forward. And looking at the nets, Darren Williams and Anthony Morrow man the backcourt. And at the center position, it's the big man, Brook Lopez. He's a big part of that presence down low. Then there's Travis Alva, and it's Humphreys in at the 4 spot.
Well, the Nets under new ownership last year, they were determined to make a splash, and they threw some money at some free agents that maybe didn't pan out as well as they had hoped. Guys like Travis Outlaw, Johan Petro, Jordan Farmar. But the big move was trading for Darren Williams at the deadline. He's got a chance to be their anchor for the future.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Kobe against Williams. Wasted no time on that one. Kobe's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Lakers. And Steve, of course, Darren Williams, a top-flight point guard, acquired from the Utah Jazz middle of last year. Now their best player, and I would think definitely gives them much more of a competitive spirit team-wise.
Yeah, I agree with you there. He's a terrific leader in addition to being an outstanding player. And he's got a motor and a competitive spirit that will be contagious, I think. He's not going to be satisfied not being part of the playoffs. And the Nets will need to show improvement quickly if they plan to retain him in free agency.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I caught up with Avery Johnson. According to him, their focus defensively is going to be on making things difficult inside. Ideally, they'll be in the best shape, he feels, if they force most of the shots against them to come from the perimeter. Guys?
All right, Doris. Back to Bynum. Jumps up. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Bynum's got his first 2 points of the night. The Nets on offense.
And Andrew Bynum, a guy who has been hit with injuries throughout his career. But when he's healthy, the Lakers are so tough to beat because of the length and size that Bynum and Gasol provide for that front line.
Williams against Kobe. Off target from three-point range.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
Gasol kicks to Bynum. Makes it off the glass. And last season, there were a few grumbles, Steve, after Bynum missed the first month and a half of the season. You see, Bynum had delayed surgery after the finals, Clark, so that he could go to the World Cup soccer.
Well, when you're a pro basketball player, that has to be your first priority. I'm a big-time soccer fan myself, but Bynum may have made a boo-boo there.
Yep.
Yeah, but he was ready to go come playoff time, and, you know, that's kind of the Lakers' go-to philosophy. Just be ready when the playoffs show up. And he did play pretty well in the postseason.
Matt Barnes is checked in for the Lakers. Brown comes in for Derek Fisher. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, it's interesting when you look at Brook Lopez's early part of his career. The numbers in his first 3 seasons very similar to Yao Ming's. And Yao, of course, made that huge leap in year 4. And I think that's what the Nets are hoping to see from Brook Lopez, a similar jump in numbers.
He hits both from the stripe. Answering a question about Brook Lopez, he has the tools to make the leap, and wow, what a great help Darren Williams becomes for him.
Can't talk about it enough when you play with a player of Williams' caliber at the point guard. One of the elite point guards in the league. He's going to make it easier for Brook Lopez and everybody else in the Nets uniform.
Couldn't convert, but nice little 2-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. That'll be a 5-second call.
In year 1 of his time in New Jersey, it was kind of hard to get a read on how Avery Johnson did because there was so much turnover. You have to think with a great guard like Darren Williams in tow, though, he's excited about what this team can be.
Outside Williams. He dishes it to Lopez. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Back to Avery Johnson and what Clark was just talking about this. He has to love that Darren Williams trade so much. It just gave his team that viable component they didn't have, Steve.
Well, Avery Johnson, as you know, Kevin, was an excellent point guard in his own right during his career. And you know as a coach that he wants a guy who can run his club. And Darren Williams might be the best in the league at doing just that. So I think Avery Johnson has to be thrilled with that deal.
Now the feed tomorrow. Back to Williams. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Boy, Darren Williams is just so strong with the ball. And when he comes down the lane in transition, it's almost impossible to stop him.
Touching back on Williams, he's so strong, Clark. There really is nothing you can do when he gets ahead of steam going down that lane.
Well, I love his combination of strength and agility. His feet are really quick in terms of changing direction, and he's able to take hits. And if he's got guys backpedaling, they're at his mercy.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Stephen Green comes in for Travis Outlaw. And it's Vujacic in for Anthony Morrow. Lamar Odom, he's checked in for the Lakers. Blake comes in for Kobe.
Well, you talk about that great front court depth for the Lakers, all that length, rebounding, their ability to really crash the glass. And they were actually the 5th best rebounding team in the NBA last year in terms of rebounding differential.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance there. I like what we're seeing.
Humphries kicks to Vujicic. It's stolen by Odom.
What a great job playing the passing lane.
Looking to end the run. Can't get it to go. And it's New Jersey the other way. Steve, you were talking about that differential, 2.5 extra possessions in their favor because of it. And Clark, for the Lakers, already a very good team offensive. That rebounding advantage, those extra possessions, more often than not, lead to a basket.
Well, they've got such tremendous size. When you look at Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, you throw in Lamar Odom. I mean, those guys are long, really good rebounders at both ends, but particularly on the offensive glass. And, you know, anytime you get an offensive rebound, usually those defenders are scrambled, and you're going to be able to get a high-quality shot.
Outside Williams. Kicks it to Graham. Blake gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Well, you know, the Nets managed to get close to 500 at home last season, guys. 19 and 22 was the record. They more than doubled their home wins from the season prior, so you try to build on something, and that's a good place to start.
And for these New Jersey fans, this is probably the last season the Nets will be seeing the Prudential Center here in downtown Newark.
Yeah, that's right, because next season the Nets will move into their new building in Brooklyn. Probably some mixed emotions for the New Jersey fans who live on this side of the Hudson, but it will be very exciting to have a major pro sports team in Brooklyn. First time since 1958. Well, they got the big lead early. We'll see if they can continue this momentum.
Yeah, you know, guys, they've been strong on both ends of the floor so far, and I think they can keep it up.
Outside Odom. It's tipped. Tries to snap the cold streak. Fisher can't hit.
And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Nets lead by 16.
And they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
Don't go away. We'll see you in a moment. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Here's Farmar. Now Outlaw. He feeds it to Humphries. Some good ball movement here. Outlaw, the pass to Humphries. He kicks it to Outlaw. Andrew Bynum grabs the miss.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, a rare early exit from the playoffs by the Los Angeles Lakers spurred some talk that perhaps they might blow up their core and specifically their post players. But General Manager Mitch Kupchak said that wasn't the case and stressed the importance of big, saying talented big players are always at a premium. Guys, doesn't look like those players are going anywhere anytime soon. Back to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
The Lakers went out on a bad note, but I agree with the decision to not blow up the roster. Keep it together for a bit.
Well, I kind of like it, guys, that they didn't make major moves. I mean, remember, this is an extremely talented team. They were probably very tired from their championship runs 3 years in a row. So I think it makes sense. Let them recharge their batteries, come back together, and see if they can make another run this year.
Solo break. Gets a look. Fired short, but gets the kind roll and goes in. Here's Farmar.
Ron Artest, one of the most interesting players in the league. How about a couple of years ago when the Lakers won the title, and afterwards he thanked his therapist in the post-game press conference. Now, he had plenty of space, poor defense, but I'm not sure about his touch from that range.
Brooke Lopez is checked in for the Nets. Stephen Green comes in for Chris Humphries. Kobe's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers trailed by 13. And Steve, Ron, that was different. I agree with you. Ron Artest has really been outspoken. Clark, about how therapy has made a difference in our life. We can kind of smirk about it, but you know what? That's an important thing for him and for millions of Americans.
It really is, Kevin. I can't overstate it. The fact that the stigma that's been attached to counseling and therapy, mental health therapy, is starting to be removed. And Ron Artest has had a huge role in that, especially in the athletic arena. And that's extremely important because of the stresses that all people face in day-to-day life, but particularly professional athletes and NBA players. So his willingness to step up.
And the big-time jam. Let's see it again with the Spike Slam King.
Good job there. No hesitation taking the ball right to the rack.
You know what, guys? Always the best plan in that situation.
Bynum dishes to Kobe. Dishes it to Fisher. Back to Kobe. Over Farmar. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
6 on the shot clock. Outlaw's shot is off.
Now, last time Mike Brown coached in the NBA was with the 2010 Cavaliers. LeBron James' last year with Cleveland. And Mike Brown had a pretty good record with the Cavs. Even won Coach of the Year in 2009.
Gets it to go. Farmar's got his first bucket in this one. Lakers trail by 17. From the baseline. Kobe, that's good. Getting back to Brown for just a second. Clark, a couple of 60-win teams under his watch, while in Cleveland, of course, LeBron James is there with him.
Yeah, exactly, and that bodes well going forward. Unfortunately, he was not able to translate those 60-win seasons into a championship, but there are a lot of factors that come into winning a championship. I don't think you can disparage Mike Brown at all because he did a terrific job in getting those teams to the level he got them to, and that experience will serve him well as he tries to help the Lakers win another championship.
Here's what New Jersey's going with right now. Chris Humphries has checked in for Stephen Graham. Morrow comes in for Sasha Vujicic. And Jaron Williams is subbed in for Jordan Farmar. The Lakers also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Bynum. Barnes comes in for Lamar Odom. And it's Brown in for Derek Fisher.
And when you ask anybody what sets Kobe apart as a player, more than anything else, they'll say it's his competitiveness. In fact, Lamar Odom, his teammate, said he's the most competitive player he's ever played with.
Steve, when you talk about Kobe's competitive drive, it's one thing to compete on the court, but that drive, that competitive drive, Clark, also is what's driven him to develop his game off the floor.
And that's where the work really takes place, Kevin. I mean, the games are the fun part. It's the work that you put into it that allows you to perform at your highest level. And that's a big reason the Lakers have been so successful in his time with the team. I mean, when your best player is also your hardest working player, we hear that all the time, but it's true. It's a fact. It's reality. Everyone on the team has to step it up or look like a slacker or a slugger. And that's not going to fly, particularly with a franchise like the Lakers.
Have you ever played athletics all your life? Have you ever been around a great athlete who wasn't the hardest worker on any team at any level?
No, you wouldn't be. You would see tremendous talent, not realize its potential, but the ones that get the most out of their God-given ability, not only are they gifted, but they also really work at it.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Guys, Ron Artest is a former All-Star and accustomed to being a primary scorer, but he's had to fit into a defensive role on this Lakers team. Just really showing a lot of unselfishness and focus on trying to win another championship. Teammate Lamar Odom, who's known him since they were kids, said he's one of the most loyal people I know. Point blank. Guys, guys.
They definitely do. Thanks, Doris.
And, you know, Lamar and Ron were friends growing up in Queens, both of them willing to accept supporting roles in L.A. for the good of the team.
Joan Petro, he's checked in for New Jersey. Stephen Green comes in for Travis Outlaw. And 101 left to play here in the half. Kobe with the steal. Throws it from deep. Graham with the rebound. Graham's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And this is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference, their physicality. Boy, he needs to show more patience with the ball. That steal was easy pickings on such a long pass.
Right side Gasol over Humphries. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist from Kobe. Gasol's got his first points of the night.
Good idea. Hold on to the ball. Take the last shot of the quarter.
Yep.
Fires at the elbow. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at the Prudential Center.
Happy Tuesday to you, and welcome to HP at the Half. The Nets have the lead out in New Jersey against the Lakers. I don't think you see field goal percentages this high in layup lines. They've been simply outstanding tonight. Certainly an impressive start by Darren Williams. At the break, 7 points and has picked up a few steals, rounding out his box score. And for the Lakers, they've been battling. Defensively, they're putting pressure on the ball. They've come up with a ton of steals. Kobe off to a good start. He's got 5 points and has been no slouch defensively, showing he's a two-way player.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Here is Williams.
Well, you know, a recent stat said that in the last 15 years, the Lakers are on average the best offense in the NBA. But in crunch time, ironically, they fall to around 12th best offensively. Not nearly as effective.
Soft touch off the glass. Williams has got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Nets. Going back to the Lakers and their letdown as far as crunch time offense goes. Good point by you. Steve, you take it now. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think Kobe's not the player that he once was, Kevin. I mean, he's not as athletic. He's not as capable as he used to be getting shots off against any type of defense. And I think the rest of the guys maybe lost a little confidence in themselves as a result.
The free throw drops for Kobe.
Now Kobe Bryant still chasing that 6th ring. And if he ends up getting it, he would tie Michael Jordan. Of course, Michael was always a tremendous inspiration to Kobe Bryant.
Here's Morrow. He's covered by Fisher. Bynum is tagged with the reach. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Stevie mentioned Kobe still working toward those 6 rings. He's got 5 right now. But Kobe said, Clark, that, tying Jordan wasn't his motivation.
You believe that?
Well, I do think he wanted to help Phil Jackson go out on the right way. And that, of course, didn't work out.
No, it did not work out. But I think it was a combination of factors. One, he obviously wants to do it because he wants to do it. But I don't think the Jordan piece is out of the equation and being one of the inspiring factors for trying to grab that 6th one. And I mean, quite honestly, he's shown that he wants to try to win it every year.
Well, he's always compared to Jordan. I mean, why wouldn't that just be a natural feeling anyway? You can't fault him for it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Shot clock at 6. Humphries. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Humphries has got his first bucket of the night. Our test on the way, covered by Outlaw. Gasol's in the post. He's against Humphries. That is good. 8 points for Bynum.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Lamar Odom is checked in for Andrew Bynum. Now a timeout called by New Jersey.
Well, you look at the Nets' record against the West last year, 11-19, which doesn't sound great, but when you consider they went 13-39 against the East, that West record looks a little better.
Well, it's interesting, Steve, that the Nets were seemingly able to punch a little bit above their weight as far as playing against the West. Clark, I don't know, as a player, do you start thinking about what the East can do and what the West can do and who you might fare better against?
No, I think you basically look at each opponent and try to figure out how to beat them. I mean, They got some big wins on the road against the Thunder, the Rockets, and Denver. Got a home win against the Lakers. It just goes to show on any given night, you never know who's going to come out on top.
Here's Williams. He's got 9. Outlaw with it. Ratliff is on him. From the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Now, still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
Here's Gasol. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got his 3rd assist on the night. Nets leading by 15. Gasol with the steal. No good with the layup. Here's Morrow. Here's Outlaw. And he slams it home. Here's the replay on the Sprite Slam Cam.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
That's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
They just lost him on the break that time defensively. I mean, he slid out to the three-point line and had plenty of room.
Bryant is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game. Sasha Vujicic is checked in for Travis Outlaw. Sasha Vujicic. Here's Humphries. There's the dish to Vujicic. Shoots the 3. Gets it to go. And the Nets lead by 17.
Boy, Kevin, how about the big jump Chris Humphries made in field goal shooting percentage from 44 for his 6-year career to last year's 53. Impressive.
Fisher can't hit.
Not the smartest shot in the world there.
Got to use your head out here. You can't just play. You got to think about it a little bit, too.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. 8 points for Brook Lopez.
Nice tip in. He just seems to have a sense of where the ball's going to end up.
Clark, Chris Humphries was efficient on the floor and off the floor. He's certainly a big part of the offensive efficiency for his New Jersey team. Steve learning to play within himself offensively.
Yeah, he's become a much better player.
Bryant gets called for the reach. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, I can't help but to think back to Darren Williams when he was at the University of Illinois. Enjoyed covering him there. At that point, you knew he'd be special.
Some changes for the Lakers. On our test is checked in for Theo Ratliff. Brown comes in for Derek Fisher. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Kobe. And both free throws good for Williams. And Clark, you brought up Darren at the U of I. He led the team to the Final Four and the championship game, but couldn't get past the Tar Heels.
Well, guys, I will never forget the regional final when they beat Arizona. We had a 15-point lead with 4 minutes left. I still have nightmares about that game. Darren Williams leading the charge. What a comeback by the Illini. Man, that was painful.
Hits the bucket.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open 3-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up 1, but you start giving 3-pointers
obviously this is your stage one weekend, and congratulations, but you had to give a speech to everyone beforehand, then you had to play a game, the introduction, standing ovations from legends.
It's been a long
All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. Then I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we.
It's been a long
bunches, you're in big trouble.
Here's what New Jersey's going with right now. Joan Petro, he's checked in for Lopez. White comes in for Chris Humphries. Damian James, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Farmar in for Darren Williams.
And I like his aggressiveness going to the hoop using that height advantage.
Farmar kicks to Vujicic. Picked up by Brown. He passes it to Petro. Clock at 6. Tries to keep it alive. Farmar passes it to Wright. Good. And Farmar gets the assist.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint. The leaner, only the guys with the sweetest of strokes can get that one off in traffic.
Brown's there. Brown hits the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second. Now Blake. Fires from 14. And it's Brown missing. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the game report. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. It's the Nets picking up the Sprite Spark for that stretch they put together. It's been one-way traffic through the first 3 quarters of this game, and the lead could continue to grow in the fourth as they've shown no signs of letting up.
All right, Doris, thank you. That run was a critical stretch mark of the game.
It sure was. I mean, once the pilot light was lit, they didn't let up.
Well, offensively, it all came together for them, Clark, and it really allowed them to take control of the game at that point.
Here's Petro. The Lakers with the rebound. Artest's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Takes it right up. That's good from Bynum on the assist by Blake. Bynum's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Lakers. Blake is whistled for reaching in. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Farmar, guarded by Blake. Fires from the wing. And it's Graham missing. Lakers trailed by 19. Brown dishes to Bynum. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Now, they may have to climb on his back to get back into this game.
Here's Farmar. Shoots from 12. And again, no good by New Jersey. Blake kicks to Brown. Goes right up. Bynum, no good.
It seems like he tightens up, guys, when he gets close to the rim, especially with a defender nearby.
Nice shot by Vujicic. Here's Blake. Brown, the pass to Bynum. Feeds it to Blake. The jump hook. That's good from Odom on the assist by Brown. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Takes it up. Now let's take a look at it once again with our Spike Slam Cam.
Now, that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can cap off a dunk like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
Here's the break. Here's Farmar. Graham dishes to Farmar. A nice shot by Petro.
Points in the paint has been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Well, they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher. And they're doing a better job now taking care of the basketball than they did earlier.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. The Lakers also making some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Odom. Fisher comes in for Shannon Brown. And Kobe is subbed in for Steve Blake. Lopez kicks to Humphries. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Humphries. Humphries has got 3 assists now in this one. Timeout call for the Lakers.
Lopez really stumbled out of the gate last season, only shot 45% from the field in the early part of the year, but after the trade for Darren Williams, Lopez really came into his own. It's amazing how much a good point guard can help a center.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
Kick it out.
Here's Vujicic. Picked up by Kobe. And again, New Jersey with the triple. Thinking back to Lopez, Clark, he had to be a little concerned about it as a Nets fan, but he righted the ship.
Yeah, he did. And again, Kevin, I go back to my point. Big guy. 4 to 6 years. I saw it with Rick Smith. People were ready to run him out of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Because it took him a while. He had some foot injuries, but it took him a while to establish how he could be most effective based on his skill set. The same with Lopez. He's a terrific low-post scorer. Now, he's got to continue to work, but this is a guy that you can bank on being a high-level scorer in the post for years to come.
There's a lot of nuance at that position, isn't there?
A lot of nuance, but he's got the best nuance, which is good hands, a nice touch, and he's 7'2". That's a good package to start with.
Here's Vujicic. Now the pass to Gadzuric. 5 on the clock. Here's Farmar. And the Nets on... Another 3.
Now, the thing you notice, you look at the stat sheet, they have a lot more assists. That's been a factor.
Yeah, I like the fact they're moving the ball. Less ISOs, more ball movement, more player movement. It's a fun style to watch, commentate, and to play.
Kobe with the steal. To halt the run, and the Lakers with another miss. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What an offensive performance it's been.
No one covered.
Good team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target. A lot of ball movement and player movement. It's a thing of beauty.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Jordan Farmar.
Take a look at what Kobe's done. He has 8 points and 3 steals. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
Well, he's been so active on the court at both ends and really playing a nice game.
That free throw, no good.
You know, for so long we've seen the Lakers coast into the playoffs, put themselves in a tight spot and then find a way out of it. But in that series versus Dallas in last season's playoffs, they really looked like a tired and overmatched team. They can't afford too many missed free throws, Cap. They need every point they can get.
There's the screen. Knocked loose. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And for the Lakers, Kobe said, Clark, after that series, we've been playing with fire the last 3 years. Now we finally got what we deserve. Steve, that is a very interesting quote. Take it apart for us and delve into it.
Well, I think the Lakers had been to the finals for 3 straight years, and I think they were worn out emotionally. And for a couple of those playoff series over the years, they did play with fire and get away with it. Not last year. Dallas just destroyed them, and I think the Lakers just looked tired, both physically and mentally. Frustration foul there. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse it.
And a new group in for the Nets. Dan Gadzarich, he's checked in for Lopez. Wright comes in for Chris Humphries. Damian James, he's checked in for Travis Outlaw. And it's Vujicic in for Anthony Morrow. Timeout called the Lakers.
Well, it's interesting. Once again, late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season. And it seems to be a pattern. You know, it's almost like they get bored before they actually get into the postseason.
Jordan Farmar, he's checked in for New Jersey. The Lakers also changing it up. Ron Artest has checked in for Bynum, and it's Joe Smith in for Pau Gasol. Here's Kobe, puts it up off the inbound, and Wright pulls it down. And, you know, Steve, for the Lakers, Lamar Odom said himself their sluggish finishes in the second half were partly born of overconfidence, of ego. I don't know much credence you put in that, Clark. What do you think?
You know what? I think there is a tendency, a human tendency, to become complacent, to become full, and you can lose some of your edge. I don't think it's a lack of humility and respect. I think it's just the nature of being somewhat satisfied. And when you're in this league, because people are coming after you a lot harder when you've got what they want in terms of championships, and especially as you age, I think it gets harder sometimes to fight off that resistance and to flip the switch if you find yourself in a little bit of a rut.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Fisher. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Artest. They get it back. Tries again. No good. They are enjoying, Steve, a commanding lead.
Well, and it gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest, which is so critical during this grueling NBA season.
Now Farmar. Poked away.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instinct.
Call me awesome, some call me busy, call me often. Gator on my shirt, what did it look awesome? I'm good, please don't cross some. How rude, Stephanie Hannah, you don't gotta watch me, but please watch your manners. And I be getting green so mean, Bruce Banner. Give the love and presents, man, I'm the new Santa. And I'm saying Kansas, where I'm staying with me. Like pops on the way, and even through the hating and walls they thought I'd stay in. Who you playing? I done went super saiyan. This, that, off the glass, off the floor, off the board jam. We in the building, you wishing you had the floor plans. You just a doorman, I wish I had more hands. Now tell me what got two thumbs and knows how to spit rhymes. Two thumbs up, you gon' point them at this guy. Our Edison couldn't be this fly. So ask how I feel, and you know I reply like I feel so awesome. How you feel? Awesome. I guess that's awesome. You fine and your awesome. Wanna roll? Awesome. Well, let's go. Awesome. Hands in the sky like history in the
yeah, I'm so awesome. 200,000 was.
When you talk about that